Hey everybody, welcome back to the OTH vlog. I am stoked to have a very special guest with us today, and that is three-time world champion Mikaili Sol.
Your 2019 GK Kite World Tour Champion is Mikaili Sol!
Hey guys, it's Mika, and today I'm going to be answering a few questions for off-the-hook kiteboarding, so here we go.
Mika, thank you so much for being a part of the vlog today. And just start off the bat with, what gear do you ride and why do you choose that particular gear?
My favorite freestyle setup is the 10-meter Vegas with 138 Team Series board, small clip bar with 22-meter lines, and Duotone boots. For strapless freestyle, my favorite setup is the 7-meter Neo with a 411 Pro Whip. My favorite setup in the waves is a 9-meter Neo with a small quick bar and a Pro Wham 5.6.
Those are all great choices. I know I am very fond of the Neo and the Wham myself. That's why they're always in the background, because they make a great background and they make for a great time on the water. Let's go ahead and dive into our next question. How did you get in kiteboarding and how long have you been kiteboarding for?
So I've been kiting since I was 8 years old, so roughly around 7 years. I started kiting because my parents have 2 hotels in Brazil. One is in Praia and one is in Jerry. And when we moved to Praia, my parents would always do downwinders like every day, and I was really small and I would always ride in the back of the buggy with my grandmother. And I'd always beg my parents to let me go kiting, but they said it was too dangerous at the time. But finally, when I turned 8, they was okay, you can go on the water, and I was just stoked, and I knew I wanted to do that like forever.
That is an awesome way to get into kiting. Having kiteboarding parents is awesome because now you have a whole kiteboarding family, and being able to start so young, and then also being able to kite in Brazil where everyone goes to train, that is pretty rad, and definitely I think it helps you out a little bit. And kind of talking about that, with being a 3-time world champion, what do you attribute your successes to?
So I think I can attribute my success to the fact that I'm super competitive and I never back down from anything. And also my mom used to be a really good gymnast, so I guess I get some of that natural talent from her as well. So yeah, I guess those 2 things mainly.
Well, I can definitely see how both of those attributes will help into making a world champion. Being able to have that winning mindset and compete, and just wanting to go for it and give it your all, along with having a background from a parent of gymnastics for kiteboarding, that's huge. Being able to control your body to get those spins down and understand that, I can see how those work together hand in hand to give you so much success in your life. So with your successes and kind of something along with competition, I tell all my students that no matter where you're at in your kiteboarding career, you're always still learning. Doesn't matter if you're just starting off or you're all the way at the competition level and professional, you're always trying to figure something out. So what new tricks are you learning, and can you tell us a bit about your learning process?
I'm currently working on a lot of new tricks, but the ones that I'm mainly focusing on are the 317 and blended 5, because I think those this year or the year to come is going to be really important for me to be able to keep winning titles. And I think my learning process is I just crash a lot, and I need to go back and see what I did wrong, because if you don't know what you're doing wrong, you're never going to improve. And it's also really good to have somebody there helping you and telling you what you did wrong. Like my coach Fabio, he's always there with me, and I think that's another really big thing about why I'm so successful.
Wow, those are some pretty impressive tricks. For the audience who's not familiar with what a 317 is, that is a railie unhooked with a double front side handle pass, so spinning 720 degrees before landing on the water. that will definitely solidify your world champion status, and I know for sure you'll be nailing them. And as far as your learning process, that's pretty much where I tell also my students is that you got to crash to learn. If you're not in the water, you're not learning. You got to go out there, give it your all, try new things, and just crash. And it's great to get feedback from a coach to understand what you're doing wrong, just like from an instructor who they can kind of work you through something. So awesome learning process. It's something that people use from beginner all the way up to where you're at now. So cool to see that's where all these tricks come from. A lot of hard work and maybe a little bit of pain, but a huge reward at the end. Going into our next question, you've recently been competing in both freestyle and strapless freestyle in the GKA. Can you tell us how working in both disciplines affects your training?
Last year, I decided to compete in the final event of the strapless tour, and I went in with no expectations. I just wanted to go in and have some fun. But when I ended up winning, I was like, "Whoa, this is actually fun!" And maybe the next year I can do both tours, because I realized that it was really good. After I competed there, it kind of cleared my mind for the final event in the freestyle tour, and I really enjoyed it. So I was like, "Why not do both next year?" It's really difficult training both sides of the sport because sometimes I want to train one and sometimes I want to train the other, but in reality I need to train both and be as good as the other, and that's really difficult, but I'm trying to manage it as much as I can.
Well, that is awesome that you went in just for fun and ended up winning the event, and you being able to take both of those on at once is pretty impressive, and I know that you'll be able to crush it in both of those, just keeping that training up and being able to balance everything out. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out and get your footing in both those particular events, and I'm sure you will do very well once we're back on the water. Speaking of competitions, can you tell us some fun memories from the last few years of competition? Maybe any fun things on and off the water?
This isn't really a memory from the actual competition itself, but this is kind of the day after or two. When me and my father were in Mauritius, we were supposed to catch a plane, and my mom called us, and we completely forgot that it was the day that was the day that we were flying. And she called us, and she's like, "Are you guys at the airport yet?" And I'm like, "Airport? Our flight's tomorrow. I'm going golfing." And my dad's at like the top of the mountain in Mauritius, and she's like, starts yelling at us, "What do you mean your plane leaves in 2 hours?" And we're like, "Oh, sorry, we completely forgot about that. We thought it was tomorrow." And we ended up staying an extra 4 days so that she would cool down a bit, and when we got home, everything was cool.
Well, that sounds like a great time you had with your dad. I bet an extra 4 days of vacation, not have to worry about competition, was a great way to spend some time in Mauritius, especially it's Mauritius, so that's a great place to be at as well. So, awesome stuff there. Going into our next question, during these trying times of quarantine, pretty much all sports competition has been put on hold, especially our kiteboarding events. So what are you doing during quarantine to keep yourself active, to keep yourself nice and fit and ready for when competition starts back up?
So I live in Brazil and I live on the beach as well, so I think I'm really fortunate to be in this position during this world crisis. But for my training, I basically swim a lot, so I keep my shoulders nice and loose and also gain a lot of muscle. And we also have a gym in our house, so I go there occasionally for training. And I also surf a lot because there's not much wind yet, but the surfing waves are amazing, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, you are very lucky to be able to keep out on the water, keep yourself active, keep yourself fit in training with swimming and surfing, and just getting yourself in a good mindset for once we do get back out there, that you'll be ready to go. And being very lucky to have all the things that you have. I know I'm pretty lucky to be able to still ride here in Huntington where we're at, and it's the last beach that they have open in Southern California, so I'm stoked to be able to also get out on the water. During this time of quarantine, what have you been doing when you're not on the water, when you're stuck inside? What are you doing to preoccupy your time?
So I'm not really stuck inside. Like, we have a really nice area here where I can do all the activities that I want, but I am stuck inside for quite a lot of my day because I do a lot of school and catching up on everything I miss because I am traveling all the time, and I'm trying to think of this quarantine as in a positive way so that I can get catched up and caught up.
Well, definitely use this time to be productive and get caught up on all of your classes and stuff. I can't even imagine what it's like to be going through school and traveling around the world for all these events and trying to juggle all that. So definitely time to be productive. I know everyone's trying to do the same thing, staying occupied, staying busy, keeping their mind active. So it's good that you're doing that. And yeah, get those studies done. It'll be good for you. Going into our final question, maybe getting a little feud going, but who are your favorite duotone riders?
So my favorite guy duotone teammate is John Maria because we travel all the time together and he always takes care of me, and I think his personality is amazing and I just really like traveling with him. And my favorite girl teammate would probably be Pippa because we also hang out a lot and I just think she's amazing.
So that's awesome that you got some friends while you're out there on tour, and to have a good time with some friends is never a bad time. So awesome. Mika, thank you so much for being part of the vlog today. If you can go ahead and let everybody know when they're in Southern California, who should they go to for all their kiteboarding needs?
One last thing, if any of you guys are in Southern California, make sure to check out Off the Hook for lessons, demos, and rentals because they are one of the best kite schools in the US.
Awesome, Mika, thank you so much again for being a part of the vlog. And if you're ever in Southern California, please come out to Belmont Shore. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that would love to meet you, be able to ride with you, myself included. So again, thank you so much. Everybody, hope you enjoyed the vlog today. It was a blast getting this interview done and getting to know Mika a little bit better. And we'll be getting more of these going, so you get to know more of these duotone riders and get a little peek into their lives and how they train and what they do and all this fun stuff. So we'll have some more of those coming at you in the following weeks. But in the meantime, happy Wednesday, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you on Friday. Happy kiting, everyone.
Chip Ripperson here. If you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. That way you'll be notified every time we post new videos like this one. And if you want to see more videos that are already on the channel, be sure to click right here for more of our pro rider interviews, gear reviews, and more vlog posts. Happy kiting, everybody. Ew!